I've gone from $0 to $10,000 a month in 6 different businesses by finding product market fit. That is the reason why 95% of beginners can't get to 10K a month, because they don't have product market fit. So in this video, we'll jump on my computer, I'll walk you through what is product market fit and the 8-step process that anyone can follow to find product market fit so that you can scale to $10,000 a month and beyond.
This is so important that Marc Andreessen, who's an investor in Stripe, OpenAI, and Substack, aka he's a pretty smart guy, says that the only thing that matters is getting to product market fit. This video is for you if you want to earn an income online, but you either don't know what to do or you know what to do, but it's not working, aka you're making less than $10,000 a month. And if this is you, then I know that this is the most painful part of the process. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed, confused, and lost. And I know that because I was there for a very long period of time, and it sucks. But luckily, having now beaten this place, this video will help you get out of there. This is the video that I wish that I had a few years ago. Now, what is product market fit? Very simply, you have a product that people want. You have a product that the market actually wants. Why is this important? Well, you won't make money if people don't want your product. When people want your product, scaling to 10K a month becomes easy. The strength of desire for your product determines the success of your business. This is so important that Y Combinator, which is the startup accelerator behind Airbnb, Reddit, and Coinbase, their catchphrase for their entire business is make something people want. This is business 101. If you're below $10,000 a month, it's probably because you haven't got this part nailed. So let's just get straight into it. How to find product market fit using AI. Where most people go wrong? Well, they're a solution in search of a problem. People try to start an agency or build a SaaS, but that's putting the cart before the horse. You don't come up with a solution until you found a problem. You don't sit there and come up with business ideas. You find a problem that you think that you can solve, and then you solve it in whatever way that takes. If that's an agency, cool. If that's a SaaS, cool. But you start with the problem. You see, humans suffer. Humans blame their suffering from problems. They suffer and they think the reason I'm suffering is because I have problems. Value comes from solving these problems and thus easing suffering. That's it. That's how you make money. You ease suffering of humans and they will pay you for that. Second problem. People start a business they don't care about. If you don't care about the business, you're not going to stick with it long enough in order to see results. So don't start a business just because you've seen some YouTube video of someone saying you should start this type of business, because chances are you don't care about that sort of business. If you don't care about it, you're not going to stick with it long enough to actually get results. So this process is going to show you how to find a business that will make you money, but that you'll actually enjoy enough to stick with it for a long period of time, which is what's needed to make money. The next problem, people say, I am the niche. This is some huge craze at the moment to say you are the niche. But the problem with that is that you need to still define who you help and what problem you help solve. Who cares if you're the niche? People don't care about you yet. People don't care about who you are or what you find interesting. People care about easing their suffering. So even if you are the niche, you still need to define who you are in a way that other people will resonate with. You need to define who you are and what problem you solve. Otherwise, you're screwed. Or people suck at the thing they do. They pick a business they suck at, and they pick a business they have no hope or desire to become good at. At least if you suck at everything, pick a business that one day you may be good at. And finally, they go where everyone else is going. If you're listening to people who tell you to start a specific kind of business, chances are they're telling thousands of other people to start that specific kind of business, which means there's going to be a ton of competition. And when there's competition, prices get driven down, and it's very difficult to make any form of profit. Profits come from monopolies. Profit come from when you're the best or the only option in a specific space. And if you're listening to someone that's telling you to start a specific sort of business, chances are there's loads of other people starting that specific sort of business, which means there's going to be competition. You're not going to make any profit. All right. With that being said, let's get into the steps. Step number 1 is you need to write out your story. Open up a document, Google Docs, notes, notepad and pen, whatever. Write out your story. Write out your background. Write out major life events that have happened to you. Write out the problems that you've had and the problems that you've solved, and write out the goals that you have and the goals that you've had and that you have already solved. For example, let's dive into this. This was my story that I created for this video. Just write out your background, the desires that you had, the problems that you came into, what you did to solve them, where you are now. Write out a very Google Doc, just brain dump your story, make it roughly 1 page long. Then what you want to do is solve for niche and transformation. This is the golden formula. You need to solve for I help niche to transformation. Define who you help and define what transformation you help that niche solve. This is the magic formula. I've used this so many times, it's insane. This is the fundamentals of business. Who do you help and what problem do you help them solve, or what transformation do you help them achieve? Some examples from my experience: I help people recently out of a breakup get back on their feet. This was one of the first businesses that I started. I called it Breakup to Breakthrough. Very clear who it's for, people that are recently out of a breakup. Very clear what transformation I help them achieve, get back on their feet. I help students and professionals become more productive. I help professionals beat procrastination. That was the business that generated over $1 million for me. I help consultants at $10,000 a month can scale to $30,000 a month. This was a mastermind I started a while ago. I help consultants grow on YouTube. That was something I did. I help educational content creators monetize their audience. You can see with all of these things, the niche, educational content creators. And in reality, when I did this, it was help educational content creators with 100,000 plus subscribers. See how narrow that is? Monetize their audience. Beginners become online synthesizers. Beginners start an online business. Tech companies scale through influencer partnerships. At tech companies, transformation is scale through influencer partnerships. You need to define these two things. There's zero chance you're going to make any money unless you know who you help and what you help them solve. Then what you want to do is you want to take this prompt and type it into ChatGPT. So let's go ahead, open up ChatGPT, and we'll come here, get this prompt, paste it in, and I'll read it out. It is: I'm trying to find business ideas. All good business ideas help a specific person achieve a specific transformation. Business ideas can be defined by this formula. I help niche to achieve transformation. Using my story attached here, please create a list with the formula of different business ideas I could do. Simplify all of the ideas down to a simple I help niche to achieve transformation statement. Ideally, where you fill in niche and transformation are 1 or 2 words long. Here's my story. You get your story, you copy it, you put it in here, you click paste, click enter, and ChatGPT is going to spit out a bunch of different business ideas that you can do that's going to resonate with who you are and that are going to be clearly defining who you help and what you help them achieve. I help content creators monetize their audience. That sounds pretty similar to one of the ones that I actually did that generated me a lot of money. All of these different, I help businesses grow through YouTube marketing. That was another thing that I actually did that generated a lot of money. So you'll see this is pretty good, and this is going to help you define what it is that you help and who it is that you help. Right? That's step 3. Go ahead and fill out these steps. It's worth doing these things. If you're like, what should I do? Or you're trying to sell something and people aren't wanting what you sell, start from scratch, go through these steps. It will be worth it. It will help you generate an income. Step number 4, define niche and transformations for yourself, right? AI is pretty good, but let's start with doing it yourself to see if you can come up with something better than ChatGPT could. So you want to list out 10 niches you understand. That's the important part. Only start a business in a niche or for a niche that you understand. That's key. Then list out 3 transformations that each niche wants or problems that they have. To help you brainstorm, what problems have you solved? What goals are you striving towards? What have you spent the most time learning about? So for example, you could write 10 niches. You could write educational YouTubers, you could write consultants, you could write teachers, you could write students, you could write people that spend 5 hours plus per day watching YouTube videos. You can write all of these different things. Just write 10 different niches that you understand and start by thinking like, who am I? What niches do I fit under? Well, I'm a young man. That's another niche. I I'm a nomad. That's another niche. I travel around the world. That's a nomad. That's a niche, right? List out all of these different niches that you could possibly fit under. Then for each of the different niches, list 3 transformations that each niche wants or problems that they have. And by the way, transformation, niche, it's the same thing. You can take a desire, frame it differently, and it's a problem. You can take a problem, define it differently, and now it's a desire. For example, the consultants example. I help consultants grow on YouTube. That's the transformation. The problem is consultants need more customers. They need more people to be aware of who they are. Their calendars, their sales calls aren't full enough. So I help consultants who don't have enough calls booked on their calendar. That's the problem. Defined differently, it's the transformation. Because in reality, all desires are problems and all problems create a desire. So it's the same thing, right? Go ahead and do all of those things. Step number 5, now you need to pick one of these transformations as your hypothesis. So if we come to this worksheet here, this is where you're going to want to write all of the different niches and all of the different transformations that you could help people achieve. Define it all out. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. Define the niches down here. Define the transformations down here. Now, if you're doing 3 different transformations, you're going to want to write the niche out 3 times. And then I help SaaS reduce their churn, get more customers, and deal with customer support, right? Those are 3 transformations that SaaS companies need help with. Go ahead and write all of yours down here, all of the different transformations down here. Once you've done that, there's a few different criteria that you can use to try and identify which one of these are best. Alex Hormozi, net worth of $100 million, has these 5 criteria. Is this niche in pain? If there's no pain, you're not going to be able to help them. Is this niche growing over time? Does this niche have money? And over time, you want to swim upstream, so you want to solve rich people's problems. It's the same amount of work to solve a poor person's problem compared to a rich person's problem, but the value created is different because they value money differently. So over time, you want to solve rich people's problems. You want the niche to be easier to target, and you want to help people that you can help the most. Some examples of this, I was working with Rian Doris, boom, who was a YouTube channel, and he's a consultant, right? He has a business called Flow Research Collective that does like $1 million a month, and they wanted to start getting into YouTube. So he hired me, and I helped him grow his YouTube channel, and we got him to 300,000 subscribers in just over a year. But that was one thing I was doing, and I was actively working hard on this. And the results that he got were insane, like 300K subs. This was a lot of value that I added to him. But whilst I was helping him do this, Hamza, another YouTuber, came along, and he was trying to figure out how he could monetize his audience. So I sent him one Loom video, and that one Loom video got him from $20,000 a month to $200,000 a month. So with Rian, it took a few months of my time working full time to get him 300,000 subscribers, which is great. But with Hamza, I 10x'd his income, and it only took me 10, 15 minutes in a Loom. So it's clear that I was able to help him achieve massive results in a very short period of time. I could help Rian achieve massive results, but it took me quite a long time. So it was clear that I could help YouTubers monetize far more quickly than I could help consultants grow on YouTube. So I could help YouTubers monetize most, so that was where I put more of my focus onto. I would also add, can you imagine yourself staying in this for the long run? Can you imagine yourself becoming the best in the world at something in this space? Time in market is really important because that's when you understand the secrets in the industry, which I'll talk about a little bit more later on. But Charlie Morgan, who's a good friend of mine who makes $1 million a month, has this full checklist that he recommends for people going through this process. I've summarized all of this into these 6 different things. Is this niche in pain? Is this niche growing? Does this niche have money? Can you help this niche? Do you enjoy the niche? Do you understand the niche? Go out and fill each of these things from 1 to 5, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. And then it's going to spit out a total which is weighted dependent on which ones of these I deem to be most important to your decision. It's going to spit out a number for how effective this business is, how much opportunity there is in this business. Then you're going to go through and it'll help you decide massively when you just rank all of these different things. So go ahead, fill out this worksheet, see which ones are coming out on top, then go ahead and just pick one. At the moment, it's just a hypothesis. At the moment, we're just testing, but you're going to want to come and pick one that has a high number, and that's where you're going to start. That's the thing that you're going to focus on to start with. Now, a few tips. First of all, you want to start niche. I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's important, so I'll reiterate it. Massive profit comes when you're the best or only option in the market. It's easiest to do that when the niche is narrow because this reduces the competition. Reasons to start narrow. Better marketing, because you'll speak directly to a specific person. If you go and you say, I will help you lose weight, that's kind of valuable, right? But if you say, I will help male 45-year-old CEOs in Wisconsin lose weight, now it's a lot more valuable because you've narrowed in who you're speaking with. And if you put that message out there in the market, the people that are in that market will listen far more closely than if you just say, I will help people lose weight. You'll also have a better sales process because you'll have a better understanding of the niche and you can customize your sales process. So I can say you're a 45-year-old male, you've probably got a wife, maybe your wife is respecting you less than before. You know, I can get more specific because now we're targeting a specific person, where if I'm just saying help you lose weight, I can't say your wife respects you less because now some of the people that I'm putting the message out there are women who may have a husband or whatever. You get the point that I'm trying to make better sales. It's more obvious. If you're selling to a specific person, you can sell better. But also you'll have a better product. If we're talking about 45-year-old males in Wisconsin, I can say go to this gym, go to this supermarket and buy this specific food because I know where they are, and I know you can say this gym is right next to this supermarket. And also this gym has protein shakes you can buy. So go to this gym, buy the protein shakes, better products, it's far more specific. A lot of people say, oh, this is too specific, this is too narrow. You want to go so narrow that it's uncomfortable. And the only way you get to 1,000 customers is to first get 10 customers. So start by making it as easy as humanly possible for yourself. Start by going as narrow as humanly possible. It's so much easier to get your first 10 customers with a narrow niche. Start narrow, then once you've exhausted that narrow niche, go broader and broader again. You only get your 1,000 customers by starting to get your first 10 and then ramping up. So only expand the niche once you've exhausted the niche, and chances are the niche is far bigger than you realize and you won't exhaust the niche at all, or if you do, it'll take you 10 years to do so. And when you do exhaust the niche, stay as close as possible to the current niche. So don't do a complete 180, do a 10% pivot. So if we're helping 45-year-old males in Wisconsin lose weight, now we help 40-year-old males in Wisconsin lose weight. Or now we help 45-year-old males in a neighboring city or a neighboring state lose weight. Go very narrow over time. This is the way that you want to be doing it. Facebook started at Harvard. It got 60% market share in 10 days. Then it went to other Ivy League schools, an adjacent industry, dominated that. Then they went to other markets, always in an adjacent field. Have immense focus in your business. You've probably heard this, but like fact check yourself. Am I targeting one niche with one transformation and one product? Do I have one business? Do I have two businesses? Some people have like 3 or 4 businesses. What are you doing? Oh, it's hard enough with one. Just start with one niche, one product, one transformation. Stay focused, please. A man who catches 2 rabbits catches neither. Chinese proverb. Stay focused, stay niche. And competition is good. Google wasn't the first to market. Yahoo had a 75% market share. Yahoo! Who uses Yahoo? They had a 75% market share. Google was just getting started, but Google was better. You don't have to be first. Who uses Yahoo nowadays? It's dead. Google was second, and Yahoo was dominating. Google was just better. You don't have to be first. You just have to be better. Look at where the money is flowing. Competition is good. It shows there's demand. If there's no competition, it's either really good or it's really bad, and normally it's really bad. The internet is reasonably sophisticated by now. There's rarely huge and obvious opportunities. Nowadays, like, huge opportunities only come when there's new technology. That's when people haven't realized this opportunity exists. The internet's been around for a decent bit of time now. It's very unlikely you're just going to stumble across something that's easily a huge company. Because if it was true, then somebody else would have done it before you. Somebody else would have spotted the opportunity and done it. There's now very rarely huge, obvious opportunities. What you want to do is find something that there is already clearly demand and do it better. Better, not new. You want to pick something that eventually you can be the best at. When you become the best at something, that's when the huge money comes to you. So, yeah, don't worry so much about new. Same but different is the mentality that you want to go into. So this is a really cool example that I've seen recently. This is a weight loss fitness product. Fitness has been around for a long time, and it's a pretty saturated market. And it's a market where not really that much changes. You need to move more and you need to eat less. You need to burn more calories than you consume. It's very difficult to stand out in that market. You'd think everything had been said and everything had been done. You'd think that it was a fully saturated market. But Nate Belmar came along with this product called Anime Shreds, which is just a fitness weight loss product, but it's packaged differently. It's packaged to do with anime. It's packaged to do with, ninjas and warriors and Japanese inspired. So they just took the same idea of eat less food and move more, but they packaged it differently, and they generated 98,000 in new monthly recurring revenue in 12 days. Like, what? Like, yes, this person had an audience, but still, it's in the fitness space. You'd think that that's been there and done, but no, if you just do it better, or you do the same but different, there's still massive opportunities. There's massive opportunities for everyone. You also don't want to niche swap. So the best niche is the one that you stay in. The grass is greener where you water it. That's where you find the secrets. So Peter Thiel founded PayPal and a bunch of other stuff. He says the best entrepreneurs know this. Every great business is built around a secret that's hidden from the outside. And the only way you can find the secrets is if you stay in an industry for a long period of time, that you start to understand it and you start to learn the secrets that most people don't understand. That's where the big businesses come in. It's from being in a market for 5 years, for 4 years, for 10 years. And then you start to see, oh, there is an opportunity that nobody else sees. And the reason I see this opportunity is because I've been around for so long. So don't just flap around and change niches willy-nilly. Stick to something for a decent period of time. Come on, please. You'll thank yourself massively if you can do that. So view the being a demand thermometer, weak demand, strong demand. Ask yourself, how strong is the demand for what you have? If the answer is weak, try to find resonance within your niche before changing niches. Chances are, if you tweak your messaging, if you stay in the niche for longer, if you speak to the market for more, then you'll find the demand. There's demand in every niche. You just need to find it instead of thinking that another niche is better than the niche that you're in. And as well as product market fit, product market founder fit is important. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Financial freedom takes a few years at least. So you need to find not just where there is a product that you can make that the market wants, but also something that you want to do. That's how you stick with something for the long run. Product market founder fit. And also there'll be a point where you just have to pick something. It's better to pick the wrong thing, as if there is a wrong thing, than nothing. But don't get it in your mind that it's better to wait to find the right thing, because even if you pick the wrong thing, at least you're learning, at least you're trying something. And the thing you may think is the wrong thing could be the right thing. Sometimes you just have to try. Things happen by accident. For example, when I was helping Rian and Hamza came along, that was an accident. He just sent me a message being like, oh, I'm trying to monetize my audience or whatever. And I told him what to do as I was helping a friend. That was an accident. I didn't brainstorm what niche should I get into, and then that happened. It just happened. And I was like, whoa, I created a lot of value in a short period of time. And not only that, by helping Hamza monetize, I told him to launch a school community. And then I went to school and I was like, was it valuable that I brought Hamza onto school? They said yes. And I said, would it be valuable if I brought more big YouTubers onto school? They said yes. And then a deal was created with school. So by that happening, 2 accidents happened. I created value in 2 areas without even meaning to, that led to 2 different businesses forming. You won't get it right the first time. Don't be afraid to test and get things wrong. Finding product market fit is not a problem to be solved. It's an ongoing process of testing, listening to feedback, and refining. It'll never feel perfect. You will always be questioning whether you're doing the right thing. You don't have to marry it for the rest of your life. I've changed from stoicism to productivity to business to helping YouTubers to helping consultants to helping school. I've done so many different things. Just pick something. Action. If you're a beginner, this is honestly the biggest lesson. Action. 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 Just take action. Just do things. Just test. Just try. Just move. Just do things. That's the biggest thing. So many people just do nothing. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think's going to happen if you do nothing? Just do something. Do lots of things. Just flail around and try things out. You'll be grateful for it later. And finally, you can't create desire. You cannot create desire. You can only channel existing desire towards you. You're a little minutia. You're a little something. The market out there and humans are powerful. Like, think about the billions of humans out there. They want things. You can't influence what humans want. Humans just want what humans want. You can't influence that. You're not Jeebus. You can't control all of that sort of stuff. The market decides what's valuable, not you. If the market doesn't think your product is valuable, it's not valuable. If it's not valuable, it won't make you money. Gucci doesn't create the desire for status. It channels the existing desire for status onto its products. If there wasn't an existing desire for status on their market, their product wouldn't sell. There is this book. It is called Breakthrough Advertising. I think you can buy it on eBay for like $300. The summary is this. Let's get to the heart of the matter. The power, the force, the overwhelming urge to own that makes advertising work comes from the market itself and not from the copy, meaning not from the sales, not from you. Copy, as in sales in words, cannot create desire for a product. It can only take the hopes, dreams, fears, and desires that already exists in the market and in the hearts of millions of people and focus those already existing desires onto a particular product. This is the copywriter's task, not to create this mass desire, but to channel and direct it. It's about finding desire, then positioning your product to fulfill that desire. Step number 6. Speak to people. You think you find product market fit by thinking. In reality, you find it by speaking to people. Test, feedback, improve. So, action step. Speak to 30 people. If you're serious about this, speak to 30 people in your niche. Get Calendly. It's free. Put your Calendly link in all of your social bios. Speak to people always. Even if you're selling a product that's $10, speak to the market. You won't regret it. I've included a doc for copy that you can just copy and paste and send to people in order to get them on a phone call. And I've included a script that you can follow when you get on the phone with people to figure out what you can say. I've also included 10 more questions that you need to answer if you want to truly understand your niche. Send this message, follow this script, keep speaking with people until you can answer these 10 questions. The goal is to understand the niche better than... This is such a powerful sentence. If you can understand your niche better than anyone else, you will win. It will improve your marketing because you'll know what to say. It will improve your sales because you'll know what to say. It'll improve your product because you'll know what to build. The person who wins is the person who understands the market better than anyone else. This is the competitive edge. Speak to the market more than everyone else. Understand what they want more than everyone else. Understand where they're not being satisfied. That's how you will win. And step number 7, make notes. Look for patterns. See where there's demand. Make a list of their desires, fears, and problems until you can really understand everything about the market, about what they think about when they go to sleep, about what they do in the morning, about what they eat, what they drink, who they speak with. Everything. When you understand the market, the business becomes obvious. If you can understand them better than they can understand themselves. This is a trick. If you can articulate somebody's problem better than they can articulate it themselves, they will automatically assume that you will know how to solve their problem, even if you don't. If you just say to them very clearly and articulately, this is your problem, and they think, whoa, I've never heard anybody say it that way, but this guy understands me. They will think, well, if he understands me this much, he must have been there before. He must have figured out how to solve this problem. So just by understanding them, they'll think that you know how to solve the problem. And chances are you will. When you understand them truly, the problem or the solution will become obvious. Half of problem solving is just problem defining. And finally, you want to sell before you build. Once you've determined the niche and transformation, create a mock-up and then sell. Don't build a product, create an outline for what the product will look like, present it to people, and they should buy. So there's a doc here that you can fall through called the mock-up method that will basically walk you through how you can create a mock-up of your product, bring it to the market, and then if they like what you have, then you build it. You don't build something nobody wants. So in the beginning, you're trying to validate two things. Number one, there's a desire for what you have. And number two, you can fulfill the desire. But first, test if people will pay you. Then test whether you can actually deliver. Solve this one first, then this one. Because there's no point you being able to fulfill a desire if there is no desire in the first place. Solve both, then you can scale. So sell before you can build. First, determine the niche, wants the transformation, then determine if you can deliver the transformation. These steps right here is step by step how you can find something that people want. And when you find something that people want, they will pay you for that thing. If you're serious about this, if you're serious about achieving freedom, if you're serious about leaving your 9 to 5, finding a job that you enjoy, this is the process. Just do it. Action, 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 and I'll see you in the next one.